Number 1, wear comfortable shoes and clothes. You will immediately notice the difference because you automatically move and behave much more differently and much more naturally if you feel comfortable in what you're wearing. Number 2, exercise regularly. Pick any sport you like, it really doesn't matter, but if you can, also lift some weights. It's not just about aesthetics, but about being able to move your body and go about your day independently up until very old age. Number 3, discipline and willpower are overrated. They are a limited resource and you will eventually run out of them. So instead, build habits and create environments that will keep you on track. Number 4, stand up for yourself. People will only respect you if you respect yourself first. Which brings me to number 5. No is a full sentence and a valid answer. Number 6, don't just blindly follow the life script because everyone else tells you to. Either follow it because it was an active and conscious decision, or deviate from it and pursue what you truly want in life. Number 7, growth is almost never accompanied by joy and success. On the contrary, growth is almost always accompanied by grief, loss, and failure. I experienced most personal growth after breakups, ending friendships, suffering through a toxic workplace, and so on. But it was never a pleasant experience. Number 8, be careful how you define yourself. The most profound and sustainable changes come from a change in personality and how you see yourself. You can leverage this to your advantage if you want to become a better person, but it can also horribly backfire if you identify too much with something and it doesn't work out. Therefore, be willing to redefine yourself at any given moment if need be. And that's because, number 9, it is never too late to change. Number 10, wear a fucking helmet when riding a bike. Wear those safety goggles in the lab. In general, wear all the appropriate safety equipment for a given task or activity. Yes, it may look stupid, and yes, people may laugh at you. But you know what else looks stupid? Getting seriously injured in an accident because you didn't wear your helmet. Number 11. Good friends and family make life so much easier. However, building these strong and meaningful relationships take a lot of time and effort, but it will pay off 1,000 times. Number 12. Love is not enough. You can deeply love a person and still be incompatible long term. And if you already know that it's not going to work out, don't stay in that relationship just for comfort. And that's because, number 13, if you don't like being alone, you are in bad company. In other words, if you don't want to hang out with yourself, why would anyone else? Number 14, if urgency is used in a negotiation, it is probably a bad deal. Just leave it. And in general, sleep at least one night before making any major life decision. Number 15, trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Number 16, invest. Invest your money, but also invest back into yourself, because you are your own most precious asset. Number 17, trust people. Most of them are actually good, but also be aware that number 18, about 10% of people will hate you for no reason whatsoever. Just get over it now, because you can only truly be yourself if you are willing to be disliked. And that's because, number 19, confidence doesn't come from thinking you're the best motherfucker in the world and you will succeed at everything. That is just pure arrogance and narcissism. True confidence is being comfortable with the possibility of crippling failure and embarrassment. And that is because, number 20, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is being scared shitless and doing it anyway. Bonus tip, the more something scares you, the more you should consider doing it. Be that getting a medical thing sorted out, checking your bank account, or asking your crush on a date. Number 21, get up and go to bed at the exact same times every single day. You will notice the difference. Also, try to sleep at least 7 hours per night. Number 22, good posture isn't sitting or standing with a straight back all day long. It also isn't slouching like that either. Moving around and changing your posture constantly is what keeps your back healthy. Number 23, you don't have to prove anything to anyone, including yourself. And that's because, number 24, people will not remember you for what you did or what you achieved. People will remember you for who you are and how you made them feel. So, number 25, if you think a genuine compliment about someone else, say it. Also, number 26, be kind, respectful, and polite. You don't know what other people have gone through, and it's almost guaranteed that everyone has experienced some pretty fucked up shit at some point in their lives. Some are actually going through it right now, and you just don't know. And that's because, number 27, life sucks sometimes. And sometimes it will feel like nothing makes any sense at all. In these moments, don't fall for nihilism or become that bitter asshole. Instead, try to find something that excites you. Remember that you've made it through all this shit that came before and you're still here. And live your best life in spite of it. Because if nothing makes sense and everything is pointless, you may as well be in a good mood anyway. And to do so, number 28, appreciate the small things in life more. A bird singing, the cherry trees blooming outside in your neighborhood, a good meal. These small things add up much more over time than a few big things. And to experience all of that, number 29, go out more. Travel if you can. Just experience the world, and not just through your phone, but also in real life. Because there's a lot of cool and interesting and amazing stuff to discover if you just stay curious and open-minded. But also remember, number 30, prioritize. While it is good to explore and try new things, ultimately you cannot do everything. So decide what is worth doing. Number 31, eating healthy doesn't mean you have to eat chicken, broccoli and rice for the rest of your entire life. A balanced diet also includes snacks, sweets and junk food, just in moderation. Number 32, don't use self-care as an excuse for self-indulgence. While sitting on the couch, binge-watching South Park and eating ice cream has a time and a place, the only thing that will make you feel better about yourself is doing things worth feeling good about. And this brings me to number 33, sunscreen. Ideally SPF 50. And if you think you've applied enough, apply some more. Also reapply regularly. Not only does it protect against sunburns and skin cancer, but it will also prevent you from looking like a dried raisins in your 50s. And while looking like a raisin is avoidable, number 34, pain is inevitable. However, suffering is optional. And to do so, number 35, take on radical responsibility, even and especially if it's not your own fault. It seems counterintuitive, but taking on radical responsibility for everything that's happening in your life alleviates more suffering than it creates. And that's because if you always feel like you're the victim and you always blame everyone else for your problems, then you give power to them and nothing will ever change. Because spoiler alert, no one is coming to save you. You can only save yourself, make changes and feel empowered if you are in control and take matters into your own hands. And that's because number 36, the only things you can control are your own thoughts and actions. You cannot change what other people think, do or say. You can only change how you react to it. Which brings me to number 37. You always have a choice. And sometimes that choice is to reframe how we view certain things. Which brings me to number 38. Things are not inherently good or bad. They just are. Something seemingly horrible may end up being the best thing that's ever happened to you, and vice versa. And this leads me to number 39. Most things are not worth complaining or getting upset about. If something bothers you, either try to fix it or change your mindset about it. This will make you so much more relaxed. And finally, number 40. It is going to be okay. Thanks for watching.